As I was riding down the road this weekend, I discovered that I forgot to go ahead and make a video for the people at Auto Vitals. And what I was going to go ahead and share with you is some of the things that I discovered on a recent trip out to Santa Barbara. Now, I left on a Friday afternoon right after work and flew out there, and I arrived really late, and I didn't get to see much of the city on that first go round. Now, when I got to the Auto Vitals headquarters, I met a lot of really neat people while they were there. And there was a lot of discussion about different things. But the one thing that kept creeping into my mind is is everybody getting the most out of their Z's? When you arrive somewhere at midnight and you go ahead and get back home a couple days later about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, it's all about the Z's. That's the thing that seems to be the most important. So let's start there. So the Z's in Auto Vitals has a very specific purpose, and that is to go ahead and suppress text that comes in on the tablets from printing for internal use, and also it separates content that we want to use for the customer. So let's look at how that works first, and then we'll go ahead and move on to some more advanced things. Now, we use the Z's two different ways and different parts, and the way we use them in the repair order section is completely different from the way we use them in the inspection sheet. So first, let's look at the repair order part. In the repair order section, we tell our technicians to put Z's after anything they write in there. And things they write in there are, operations they did, tests they performed, an estimate of the time it might take to do an operation, and a list of parts, but we put Z's after everything. In the inspection sheet, we handle that a little bit differently. We put the notes to the service writer or internal notes for the shop first. Then we enter 3 Z's, and then we put the notes for the customer, things that we want the customer to see on the inspection sheet right after it. Now, we also talked about some very special cases, that is like when a technician has to adjust a labor time at the operation level, or add or subtract a part or a shop supply. And what we did is talked about using the Z's at the topic level to send information to the service advisor, and the service advisor make the note on the ticket and then have a round trip where the technician can see that the notes were actually carried through. Some of the other topics involve not only using the Z's, but using the chat as what it's designed for, which is a two-way communication between the technicians and the office to go ahead and make sure that nothing gets missed, and there's date and time stamps to be used to track back if something goes wrong to find out where improvements need to be made. Now, there's hundreds of other topics that we covered while we were out there, and this is just in a very short period of time over a day, but the power of having both users that have been using the system for a long time and new people and the questions they ask is a really powerful tool. And now I'm going to go ahead and leave you, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to my favorite tunes as I cruise on down the road.